And now,
The Brick Twins. Welcome back to the Brick Twins. As you see, we are not in Florida. We are in Utah for our summer trip. We're going to be hitting up a ton of national parks. We're currently in Moab. Yesterday we flew into Salt Lake City, drove all the way out here. And our trip's going to be ending in Las Vegas. We're going to be visiting multiple national parks and experiencing Las Vegas, which is going to be really cool. For our first day here, we're going to be going to Arches National Park. Let's get started. As you drive into the park, there are a lot of great views like this one right here. You can already see some of the attractions like Bounce Rock and an arch over there as well. This is so beautiful. Let's keep driving. We just made it to the Delicate Arch Trail. This is one of the more challenging trails on the trip, but it looked really rewarding. As you can see, this is pretty much Utah's icon, the Delicate Arch. It's like an amazing trail with great views. Let's get started. We are about halfway on the trail to Delicate Arch. The view, how far we've come. I know the sun's in the way a little bit. You can see the parking lot down there though. Very excited. Let's keep hiking. We are at Delicate Arch and it is a very cool monument. You can walk all the way down there. We won't be doing that, but we are going to get close. It is a really cool monument, but I am expecting some cooler things at some other spots today. We just finished the Delicate Arch hike. It was a really breathtaking hike all the way through. Definitely a lot of different terrains and some different cool things. There was like a cabin from the 1900s that kept intact. There was a river with some fish I thought was really cool. And then different varying heights and elevation and views. My rating is that it's between underrated or appropriately rated. And my rating is between appropriately rated and overrated. Because the trail is fun, but the arch is, I don't know, I just didn't get the grand feeling that I think some people get out of it. But I still thought it was really cool. Great hike. Let's move on to our next one. We are at Landscape Arch now. This is our next trail. It's half the distance of Delicate. Let's get started. Right here is a better view of the arch. Like I said, it looks like it's about to crack any second, but sadly, you can't actually go under this arch, but it still looks amazing. Our next one is the Double Arch Trail. It was actually used in filming of one of the Indiana Jones movies, which I think is really cool. It's a pretty simple hike. It's not that far. Let's go check it out. So we're going to be rating the Landscape Arch now and also the Double Arch, the one we just went to. I think for Landscape Arch, I'd rate it appropriately. The trail was really amazing and the arch was cool, but you couldn't really get up close to the arch. I think there could have been something they added to the experience. And my rating was just appropriately rated. I think it was cool. I love the like the thin part all the way on top. That was a really cool piece of nature. Yes, and then the one we just went to, which is the double arch, I would rate it underrated. I think that not enough people talk about it. It truly is grand, and how you can walk and climb through and really interact with it, I think is amazing. You can get all these amazing views of other parts of the national park as well. Yeah, same thing with him. I think it's underrated as well. I love how you can climb inside of it and really get close to the arch itself. So we have 3 more monuments to go to. We have the windows arches, the turret arch, and then balancing rock. Let's get to it. This looks like a really good one. There's definitely a lot of arches on it. Here's the map. We're going to be going to the north window, south window, and turret arch. We're going to be skipping the bicep and seagull arch, but they are on the trail. Let's get started. We made it to Turret Arch. This one is on the Windows Trail. It's really nice. It has the main arch area and then a small little hole to the left. I think this is really cool. You can get over there if you want, kind of off-road. I think that one is really cool. Let's go see the 2 other ones on this trail. As you turn, you can see the north and south windows, the highlights of this trail. They look like amazing arches. Let's go take a closer look. The south window kind of added a backdrop to this area, but the north window is definitely the main attraction. As you can see, there's a ton of people, and this arch is really breathtaking. I love all the canyon walk around it, and it feels like you're stepping under it, which is really cool. Again, another one where you can go right under it and experience it from both angles. We're gonna give a ratings here on the window arches and turret. My rating on turret is appropriately rated. I think it's a cool arch and it has a nice design. Now Brickdad's gonna give his rating.
For turret, I give it appropriate. You can go into it like something, but you can't really go into it. So I'll give it appropriate, but it does look pretty cool.
Honestly, I think turret is underrated. Not a lot of people really talk about it, and I think it looks really good. As you take a look at it, it's a huge arch, and then there's like lots of really cool rock formations next to it. For the windows, it's a little overrated. I mean, it looks cool, but it's already a lot of other arches like it in Arcane National Park. I think there's other ones that are more unique, like Delicate Arch and also Double Arch. I think it's underrated. I love the view you get from the back, and it's really shaded under there, so if you need like a nice shade spot. Also like how it looks, and I think it's one of the coolest looking ones.
The window one, I mean, I think when you look at it, it looks cool, so I say appropriate rated, but once you get into it and you look through it, you can see that it drops down and it's got a wide open view. So in that sense, I'd say it's probably slightly underrated. And then just a disclaimer on Double Arch. That one you can climb way up in there, pretty high, but there are some steep areas. I had to go up a little higher and slid down the rocks a little bit. So.
Alright, our final stop of the day here. This is the Balanced Rock Trail. As you see here, we have the Balanced Rock, which is hanging on by just a thread. It looks really cool. This is a picture of it in the winter. There's also another rock structure next to it as well. I'm really excited to go in there. Let's go see it. It actually turned out to be a great view. It's crazy how this huge rock is balancing on the space and how it's still somehow balancing. And surrounding it are some other really cool rock structures as well to add to the view.
And there's Brickdad.
It's the next day and we're on a road trip to Zion National Park. Right now we're on a 100-mile stretch of nothing, just some view areas with bathrooms. And as you see here, this drive is beautiful. We're about to go through this little rock area right now. It looks like they carved out the rock for the road to go in it, which is really cool. We have a couple pit stops on the drive. Our first pit stop is Richfield, followed by Beaver and Cedar City. We'll see you at Zion. We just made it off a 6-hour drive. We're at Zion now. We're on the shuttle. We're gonna do a couple of trails today, and we're gonna have some fun. Let's get started. So we just made it to our first stop is Emerald Pools. Before we enter, you can see this beautiful mountain behind us. It's really tall. And also on the other side is an entire lodge, which I think is really cool. So you can stay on site at the national park. Let's get started on the trail. We made it to the upper pool. As you can see, some wildlife are taking in the shade. It's really beautiful. And over here is the pool. It's really nice. Definitely adds to the scenery in the area. We just finished our first half day here at Zion National Park. I think the trail we did was really cool. I love the waterfalls. Definitely change of scenery a little bit from Arches National Park. And I really like all the trails as well. What did you think? I thought it was really nice. I loved the trails and the waterfalls, and how it's actually moving water all throughout the trail. There was 4 different ones we could do. We took the whole round circle around, and it was really nice. And there was some harder parts about it, but it all was for the challenge, and I really enjoyed it. So before we leave for the day, we're actually going to be going under a tunnel. I think it's going to be really cool. It's the second day of Zion National Park, and we're going to be starting our day at the Narrows. It's one of the most popular things to do at Zion, and you have to get all this gear in order to do it, including waders and also boots as well. But before we go into the Narrows, we have to go on a 1-mile trail, which won't be too bad. But take a look at the views. Wow. Beautiful. Here's Richmond 1, kind of give you a better view of the gear. There are the boots and the wader. Let's get started. We are at a stopping point here on the trail. We've walked 3.3 miles on the Narrows. We are currently in Wall Street. We're going to take a little snack break. The terrain has been really cool. There's been some deeper parts in the water. There's been some more shallow parts, and we've also had some trails that we walked on as well. As you see here, we have a beautiful view of the canyon. The water is rushing down right here, and you can continue going down this way or backtrack. So once we are done today, we would have traveled 6.6 miles, which is longer than a 10K run. So we just finished at the Narrows. That was definitely a really cool hike and something that was really unique, as we were pretty much just like a swim hike, even though we weren't really swimming. It was really cool. It was like the Grand Canyon but with water, and I think that was really amazing experience. Sometimes I couldn't really take in the views as much because I didn't want to trip on the stones, but overall I think it is appropriately rated for sure, because it was also pretty busy. I think it was appropriately rated as well. I love all the different design inside of the mountain, like where it came closer in and where it was wider. There's also a lot of vegetation on the trail as well, and a lot of cool passageways you could go on. I kind of tripped multiple times, but it was really fun. Yeah, you got to be careful. A lot of the rocks are slippery. So we have one more trail we're going to be doing at Zion National Park before we go check out the visitor center. It's going to be the Paris Trail. We just finished at Zion National Park. It was a really fun day. We had a lot of fun experiences. It's very hard to tell which one is better, Arches or Zion. They're both really good, and they both have a lot of unique experiences. I really liked Zion because of the river. I think that was a really unique feature. And the waterfalls and the Narrows especially was a really cool hike. I love Arches because of all the different unique trails. You could really make a lot out of Arches.
Yeah.
Probably stay there for 2 to 3 days
Oh, yeah.
doing all the different Arches. Tomorrow is our final day on our trip, and we're going to be going to the Hoover Dam and Las Vegas. The landscape is getting flatter as we are heading to Las Vegas and Hoover Dam. Of course, in Utah, it was mainly like mountains, and now it's going to be more like a desert. Very excited. We have some fun things planned, some things that aren't planned that we're just going to kind of do on the rip. But I'm very excited. Let's keep going. You can see Las Vegas out there in the distance. It's like a really big city, and when you're out in the desert, you really don't see a lot of those. The last one we saw was right when the trip started, when we landed in Salt Lake City. It looks really cool, but before we go to Las Vegas, we're actually just going to pass through because we are going to the Hoover Dam. It's going to be really fun. We're at the Hoover Dam. This is the first part of the experience. It's a scenic overlook. Down here is the Hoover Dam. It looks amazing. As you can see, the Colorado River runs into it, and then you can see where it funnels down. And there's actually a road that goes right over it, and that's going to be where we're going next, to the Visitor Center. This is actually a separate overlook, and with some really great views. That's the bridge we were looking down at up there. Very, very high. And now we're on a walking area right next to the Hoover Dam. We just made it to the Hoover Dam theater to start our tour. It's a 45-minute guided tour, and we start by watching a little film before we go on the tour itself.
Here, Arizona side right here. And to take a look, we are currently right inside of this one. That is the inner tunnel on the Nevada side. 4 tunnels created, blasted in the beginning of construction, 2 on each side of the canyon. 56 feet and spans approximately 3/4 of a mile long. It took them 19 whole months of blasting through all 4 of the tunnels, lined it up with 3 feet of concrete to make them 50 feet. And after that, all the loose rock and material that was here, they took that and dumped it into the river to create 2 temporary dams, coffer dams. The upper dam, 98 feet in height. This was built to force or start forcing the river through the tunnels and around the site. And a lower coffer dam that was 66 feet in height, smaller, built to prevent water from backfilling. And with the 2 dams placed, we had the draggy space finally cleared, excavated 135 feet to reach solid foundation. And then finally from there, they would begin the construction of the dam. They built 9 cableway cranes on site, and these cableway cranes would deliver buckets of concrete to the construction. And the first pour was placed on June 6, 1933. Also help kickstart these units into operation. Now, getting these generators in operation, the start of the
We just finished up at the Hoover Dam. It is definitely an engineering marvel, definitely the dam itself and also the bridge. Our next stop is Las Vegas. We're going to be driving there, but before, we're going to stop at In-N-Out. It's only locations located out west. I think it's going to be a really unique restaurant. We just made it to our hotel. Out here you can see all of Las Vegas. You can see the airport over there, the roller coaster, and all of the different shops. What's interesting is that from the outside, it looks like each window is like one room, but rooms have multiple windows in it. This one's a corner room, so it has 4 separate windows all throughout, maybe even have 5. So each room consists multiple of the windows, but this is really cool. I really love this hotel so far. Now we're gonna go explore Las Vegas. We are walking through one of the skywalk tunnels that lead you in between the hotels. It's been pretty fun so far. Make sure to comment down below if you've been to Las Vegas before. We're gonna keep exploring now. We're coming up on Target on the Las Vegas Strip. We'll see if they have any Joyride here. Yes, there is Joyride, and we see they have some of their new flavors as well. We are now at the M&M store. This is one I'm pretty excited for. They have one of these at Disney Springs, but this one seems way bigger. We're gonna go in now and see how it looks. This is a whole M&M wall. They have different flavors and all of the different colors as well. There are these brand new electric self-driving vehicles in Las Vegas. We're going to be taking one back to our hotel. They are completely free to use, but they're only at a few select locations, and they're only in the Las Vegas area. They're a brand new thing. They're called Zoox, Z-O-O-X. Very excited. We're about to get on. Oh my goodness.
It says, "Welcome, Jonathan."
Fasten seatbelt.
Please fasten your seat. Start your
crazy.
ride by using the touch screen. We hope you enjoy your ride. If you need help, you can use the help menu on
Right,
the
we are
touch
on our
screen.
first, I guess, Zoox
Autonomous.
self-driving vehicle. 9 minutes till we get back to the hotel.
Pretty crazy.
Has a sunroof. Here are the doors. All right. See you when we get there. And we're off. We are moving in the Zoox. It's come with charging ports, highly convenient. cup holders.
And it's electric too. It's such a good. It's saving the environment.
All right, we made it. Got everything?
We just finished our day in Las Vegas, which means our trip has come to an end. Really enjoyed all the national parks we went to. I think Las Vegas was a great way to end it out. Brooklyn, do you have anything to say? Yeah, I think Las Vegas was a really cool city. All the different hotels that we could venture into, the different shops like the Coca-Cola and the M&M shop, and the fountain show was definitely a highlight. I think this was a really cool experience going out west, seeing these national parks,
definitely.
and ending it out with Las Vegas. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to. We just reached 1,000 subscribers. We want to keep it going. And make sure to leave a comment. What was your favorite destination we went to in the video?
Yes.
And thank you guys so much for watching today's episode on the Brick Twin.